So, if you've seen my most recent sketchbook tour, you would know that my brain is rotting and I'm being consumed. By what, you may ask, dearest viewer?
The fucking Madagascar franchise! Of course it's the fucking Madagascar franchise! I'm talking about this! Fuck you!
So I have a couple of fan theories. I just want to talk about them, okay? I need an outlet. Don't judge me. You clicked on this, not me. Now listen, I'm not claiming these are original fan theories or even, like, good, but they're just things I thought about while watching the show, and I need to share them with people. So, if you've only seen the movies or T-Pom, you're probably like, why the fuck does this matter? Does King Julien even have canonical parents? And the answer is yes, he does. The first time King Julien's parents are brought up, everyone except for King Julien is under the assumption that they are, like, fucking dead. Like, everyone is like, they got eaten, they died.
Immediate family only, which means, well, me, since the rest of your family was sent away to a nice farm with lots of room to run around and play.
Maurice just treats King Julien like a child whose, like, pet died. Anywho, later on during season 3, episode 1, we actually do get to see King Julien's parents. They're really awful. They're like rich, snobby, like monarch assholes. And they're horrible people.
Who are they?
I can't believe it. It's Princess Julienne and Prince Barty, King Julien's parents.
Oh, I forgot how ugly they all are.
But really, it's not that I really want to talk about. So, thinking about lemurs, like, species-wise, you look at King Julien, obviously he's a ringtail skipper, that was his nickname for him, he was ringtail in T-Pom, you know, he's a ringtail, we all know this. Princess Julienne, you look at her, she is obviously a ringtail. Prince Barty, though, he's obviously not a ringtail lemur. It even says it on the wiki, his species is listed as just lemur. He kind of just looks like, they took one of the generic, like, lemur models that they have in the show and they just kind of, like, you know, spruced him up a little. But, like, he is not a ringtail. So this begs the question, is he really King Julien's dad? I think the answer is no. I do not believe Prince Barty to be King Julien's dad. There's no fucking way. And now you're probably asking yourself, if not Prince Barty, who is his dad? Well, this is the part of the video where I have to put a trigger warning for, mentions of incest. So, yeah, that's where this is going. Now, if you've seen All Hail King Julien, you may be thinking, like, wait, King Julien's inbred? That sounds familiar, and you would be correct. It should sound familiar because we are straight up fucking told that he is inbred in Season 1, Episode 7 during Teimo's introduction.
You need to be careful around here, little fella. Try wearing something reflective, perhaps.
Wow, it's been years. That voice, that space between your eyes. No doubt there is royal blood coursing through those veins. Yep, I can smell the inbreeding. A Julien king, am I right? I'm right, right? No, of course, I'm right. Teimo.
Which, by the way, side note about Teimo, he's like the horniest motherfucker. I'm so conflicted about him. Anyways. So yeah, fucking gross. But you know what? Even in real life, royals are known for this. It makes sense. As much as I hate it makes sense. Yeah. So now we have to kind of figure out who is a character that ticks all the boxes, you know? Who is a ringtail lemur, is male, and related to Princess Julienne. Well, we actually do have a perfect match for this, and his name is Uncle King Julien, my favorite character. And, you know, if we needed more evidence other than him being her brother and also just, like, looking exactly like King Julien, like, oh my god, the resemblance, it's uncanny, it's uncanny. We also have this clip. which is great.
What? He can't do that!
Oh, yes, I can, chunky thighs.
We really don't want to have to take any action.
We really don't want to have to do anything.
But if things turn out to be disorderly here, we'll have no choice as a royal board of directors but to vote my brother back on the throne.
You tell him, babe.
So, yeah, that's fan theory number 1. I know Mort's a really well-documented character, and people like to just, like, pick him apart because, you know, it's fun. There's a lot of lore there. And if you're familiar with, All Hail King Julien, or, like, videos and theories about All Hail King Julien, you're probably like, ooh, Mort he's so evil, and he's demented and twisted and in love with King Julien's feet, and yeah, that's true. That's fair. But here's where my frustration with that kind of comes in, because I feel like people often demonize him based off of this specific clip.
The children we can sell, and the women. The women.
And yeah, I admit that looks pretty fucking bad, pretty terrible, horrible even, if you will. But here's the thing, that clip ends with him saying to treat women with love and respect, and it was like a funny gag. Like, Mort's just really over the top. Mort is such like a genuinely like nice person, and I feel like that just gets glossed over way too much. They're just so like hyper fixated on like how like creepy and evil he is. Like, if you watch like that like fucking 3-hour long video, it paints him as like this evil stinky guy, and he's really not that. And I want to make this absolutely clear. He's a fucking weirdo. Mort is so weird, but he's always like so kind. He's always ready to just like put his life out on the line, like to help someone. And like genuinely, him and Clover, they have such like good like friendship chemistry. Like they're really fun to watch together. I love it when they do like good cop, bad cop. They're really cute, and I like it a lot. And I could get into how he's like probably fucking immortal and like was a pirate and a hippie cult leader and just did all this like weird shit. But honestly, that's not what matters to me. All that I care about is that at heart, Mort is a good person who does his best to make his friends happy, and I want more people to acknowledge that. We stan or something, I don't fucking know, I don't use Twitter. So this final theory is probably my favorite, because it's really just hiding in plain sight. And it's that King Julien's really smart.
He's smart! He's smart! Yeah!
Now, he's definitely not, like, book smart or, like, math inclined. I don't even think my man knows how to read. But he's very socially smart, and he knows how to use people, and it's so fucking funny. He is just so funny. Now, my absolute favorite instance of him using his big boy, big brain is in the season 1 finale of T-Pom, where him and Skipper are like arguing about him being a spy, and he's like, I could be a spy, and Skipper's like, no you can't, you're stupid and dumb and an idiot. And he is like, whatever. And then he gets kidnapped by Dr. Blowhole, escapes the prison Dr. Blowhole put him in, gains his trust enough to get like one of those little fucking Paul Blart Mall Cop scooters, and then he fucking thwarts his plans without needing any of the Penguins' help. Like, what? The Penguins absolutely did not need to be there to help him. He did that all on his own, and like, there's no acknowledgement from the fandom. I've talked to people in the Central Park Zoo Discord server about it, and like, people do agree, but like, other than that, I don't see people talk about this, and I guess I'm guilty of it too, and that's why I'm making it, because, like, he's smart, and everyone's always, like, characterizing him as this, like, dumb like, sexy idiot. And yeah, he can be that, but he's also just so smart. I think if you want an episode that's more King Julien centric, that's like an example of this, Carl Mageddon, like the All Hail King Julien episode, Carl Mageddon is a great episode because King Julien, it's like a fucking anime. He's like 7 steps ahead of Carl and like stops him from blowing up Madagascar. And then Carl like retires and goes to Florida. Like that episode's so fucking funny and no one talks about it. I guess there's nothing really else to say. It's just he's smart and there's multiple instances of him being smart and I want people to acknowledge it more. DreamWorks confirmed King Julien's fucking smarter than Shrek, by the way. Now in hindsight, it seems that only one of these was actually really a theory. The other 2 were long-winded tangents about things that I feel like they don't personally get enough acknowledgement. And honestly, I think I'm fine with that. Because you know what? It makes me happy, and I think it makes you happy too. Because I'm holding you at gunpoint, like it's gonna make you happy. Anyways, it's cold out. Merry Christmas to those who celebrated. I can tell you, work in retail, I'm sure fucking hearing the fucking very clear.